Happy Wednesday. Count Raleigh was supposed to have the night off last night. Instead, he was called upon to pinch hits with the bases loaded in the top of the ninth inning with the Mariners trailing 3-2. Raleigh ripped a 3-1 pitch down the right field line, scoring the tying and go-ahead runs as Seattle came from behind to beat the Athletics 5-3. It was the second night in a row the two teams played close back-and-forth contest.
In steps Julio, only 4 pitches and 2 outs for Springs. Julio shoots this high towards the gap, slicing towards right center, ticketed for the berm, home run Julio. And the Mariners lead it 1-0 right away.
Great approach by Julio. Don't let Springs get ahead on him. Instead, he deposits the first pitch he sees into right center field. And this is something that right-handed batters have done against his four-seam fastball. Just absolutely feasted on it.
2-2 pitch, bouncing ball through for a base hit. Rooker's getting the windmill home. Coming up, throwing is more. The throw to the plate is cut off, and Andujar tries to stretch to second. He's out, but Andujar levels the scoring at 1-1 with an RBI single. We're evened up through 1 inning of play. How many times has Miguel Andujar come through for the A's?
Guide out towards left center field. Soderstrom looking back, and it's off the base of the wall. Williamson races around third. He's on his way home and scores standing. How about a left-on-left double for Miles Mastrobuoni, the first extra base hit that Springs has given up to a left-handed hitter. And the Mariners have taken the lead back. It's 2-1.
Entire body all the way around the ball and work through it.
Back up the middle, and a single scores Kirks. Tie game, it's 2-2. Rooker wasted no time and picks up his 19th RBI of the year.
They are in need of a ground ball or a strikeout.
1-1, through for a base hit. Andujar does it again, and the Athletics finally take a lead. It's 3-2.
Bases loaded, 1 down. Raleigh into right field, base hit. Polanco on his way home. This ties the game. Julio sprints to the plate. He scores standing. Cal Raleigh, a pinch hit, go ahead, 2-run single has put the Mariners in front in the 9th inning.
Again, Dan's choices, they're slim and none right now out in the bullpen.
For high drive out towards Butler in right field. Rivas at third, tags on his way home. Leo Rivas scores standing. Sacrifice fly, Dylan Moore. And the Mariners extend the lead. Out to right field, Dylan Moore rushes in, calls for the ball, and makes the catch. And this game belongs to the Mariners. One of the great wins of the early season for the M's. Carlos Vargas, congratulations, your first career Major League save. It comes in a 5-3 thriller in Sacramento.
Root Sports Northwest Brad Adam caught up with the big dumper afterwards about his big hit in the ninth.
You know, it's nothing new. It came off the bench before, but, you know, you always know there's a chance we possibly get in. And, you know, once I kind of saw that middle of the game, you know, went and got ready, did my thing. And a little unconventional just because you have to run back and forth out here. So, but, you know, just happy we got the win. And, you know, it's nothing more I could ask for. So.
You come up bases loaded, you get a 3-1 count. How do you just kind of slow things down and be in the moment there with the bases loaded in that 9th inning?
Yeah, you know, it's like you just said, really, just trying to slow it down, not trying to do too much. And, you know, I think really what set me up was laying off some of those tough pitches the first few, you know, get myself in a good count. That's number 1. And then from there, I was able to, you know, look for a heater and adjust from there. So that's kind of where it all starts. And, you know, I was able to get one out there.
Manager Dan Wilson says what shouldn't be lost in the shuffle of last night's win was the pitching by Emerson Hancock and the bullpen.
We talk a lot about this team coming back, and not only did they come back from last night, but they came back from being behind tonight again. Just an outstanding effort all the way around. Emerson, I gave us 6 really strong innings, thought he looked great. You know, just giving up a couple singleton runs, but really had a good sinker going tonight. You know, mixed his change and his slider in pretty well, but good stuff from him. I thought the bullpen actually threw the ball really well. Also, Vargy with his first career save, that's big. And again, just the at-bats created a lot of traffic early, put a lot of pitches on Springs, and you know, got into their bullpen, which was a little bit light because of last night, and were able to do some damage late. Some great at-bats again, Stroh, Demo, Julio, coming up with the home run early to get us on the board, and then obviously some great defense the last couple of days out in center field, and then Cal's day off had to end, and came in, put on a really good at bat to get the W, get the big runs across, and that was the turning point. But again, so many great at bats up and down the lineup that that was the difference tonight.
After wrapping up the 3-game set today, Seattle returns home to host Toronto on Friday at 6:40. That'll be on Root Sports Northwest. Seattle's lead in the American League West grew to 2 games with last night's win. Texas remains 3.5 games back after a 6-1 win over Boston. Houston dropped to 4 games behind with a 4-3 loss to Milwaukee. Angels snapped a 7-game losing streak with an 8-3 win over Toronto. Hailey Van Lith only scored 1 bucket in her second WNBA game last night, but boy was it a big one. Hailey nailed a 3-pointer with under 2 minutes to go to help lift the Chicago Sky over the Minnesota Lynx 74-69 last night in her home debut.
Coming into the league, she was primarily a true post player, not a 3-point shooter.
Speaking of threes, Ariel Atkins
Kind of was with teams and then got waived and then got picked up again for a few years before she was able to hang on with Chicago and then move on to Minnesota. But it's because she's willing to do all of the blue-collar work. Alyssa Peely is just so confident. She's like, look, give me Maisha Hines-Allen's minutes. I will take them.
Pretty pass opposite way from Van Lith to Carter. We're seeing it in just her second preseason game. Commanding the offense with 7 to shoot. The in and out dribble. Oh! Hailey Van Lith gives the Sky the lead. Westbeld grabs it back. Sky up 2. Van Lith once more. Cross court feed. Wilson got it! Half a minute ago, Van Lith with the ball had the big 3 over to Birch. Tap back is good.
They're shooting a lot of threes. They're trying to score early and often, and they are really pressuring on the perimeter on the defensive end.
Hailey dished out 5 assists in her second game of the preseason. The Sky will play at Minnesota on Saturday. Yesterday was the first day for many teams in district playoff action in the District 5 1AB boys soccer tournament. Wapato beat Liberty Bell 4-1. Cashmere got by Okanagan 2-1. Brewster beat College Place 2-1. Connell blanked Bridgeport 1-0. Cascade had no trouble with Warden, winning it 5-0. Highland down Chelan 3-1, and Royal beat Manson 6-0. Quincy extended its season in the CWAC playoffs with a 1-0 win over East Valley. In the final week of the Big Nine's regular season, Eastmont edged Wenatchee last night 3-2, while Moses Lake topped Eisenhower also 3-2. In the District 5-6 1A baseball playoffs, Chelan edged Zilla 1-0. Natchez Valley topped Omak 9-1. Cashmere clocked Connell 10-1. Ephrata and Quincy's season came to an end last night in the District 5 2A playoffs. Tigers fell to Toppenish 9-0, while the Jackrabbits lost to Prosser 8-2. League playoff time for the Central Washington 2B as Brewster beat Lake Roosevelt 4-2, while Tonasket topped Manson 6-5. West Valley claimed the regular season Big Nine title with yesterday's 5-1 win at Wenatchee. Eastmont, meanwhile, took down Moses Lake 6-2. Brewster and Okanagan advanced in the Central Washington 2B girls fast pitch playoffs with wins yesterday. Bears blew out Bridgeport 22-8. The Bulldogs ended Liberty Bell season 17-2. Ephrata begins the District 5 2A tournament today with a game at East Valley. That's a check of sports news. I'm Eric Granstrom. Have a happy Wednesday.